Okay, good morning students. Again, welcome back. So as we are doing communication skills, our unit 1. So from here, we'll start with session 4 today, which consists of English language skills, that is part of speech. Okay, so before starting our session 4 today, so let us do a small recap of what we have done in our last session. So in the last session, that is in the last class, we have done about written method of communication. Now, what is written method of communication? Now, written method of communication refers to that type of communication where we communicate through handwritten printouts or through any written information. Okay, so there are different types of parameters, or which we can call as some ways of writing an article, okay, which we consider them as 5 C's, okay, which consists of coherence, okay, cohesion, concision, clarity and correctness. So all these 5, okay, C's are considered as, or you can say regarded as, the parameters for writing an effective article. Okay, then we had what the different components for writing an article, an effective article, or you can say about writing a written method of communication. So first one was the structure. Okay, so what is structure? The structure is what the structure of the article should be clearly written. Okay, it should be easily understandable by the audience or the receiver, and it should be correctly written without any grammatical mistake. Then next one we had the style. Okay, the style in which the article has to be written. It should be simple, short, and it should be straight to the point. Okay, then thirdly we have the content. The content of the article should be written in such a way keeping in mind the reader's background, their age, okay, and ethnicity. So all these 3 components should be included in the written article, okay, to write an effective article. So then next we had the advantages of written method of communication. So firstly, the written method of communication is a permanent means of communication. Okay, then secondly we had the written method of communication is precise and explicit. The thirdly we had written method of communication provides a ready record for future reference. That means you can keep the written article, or the written documents for your future reference. Okay, then we have the disadvantages of written method of communication. So the written method of communication is costly in terms of stationery, in terms of use of any stationery you use for writing a written document. Say for example pen, paper, or if you are writing in an electronic form, say a laptop. Okay, all these come in terms of cost. So the written communication or written method of communication is a costly affair. Then secondly, instant clarification is not possible in written method of communication. Okay, then thirdly we have comparatively written method of communication is more time consuming than oral or verbal method of communication. Okay, so we know, as we know that if we say a word it will hardly take any time, but if we write something it is going to take more time. So therefore written method of communication is more time consuming. Okay, so with this, okay, we have summarized what we have learned in the last session. So let us start today our session 4, that is part of speech. So the learning objectives for today's class is you will have your concepts clear on part of speech, okay, definition on part of speech with examples. Okay, let's start. So in English language, communication takes place, okay, through sentences. So we all know that in English language communication always happens through means of sentences. Okay, we speak verbally or we write. So the words form the sentence, and there are 8 different types of words that are combined in order to form to make a sentence, and these 8 types of words are commonly referred to as part of speech in the English language, and these are nouns, okay, which represents people, places or things. Then we have verbs, okay, the state or action word in a sentence. Then thirdly, we have adjectives, which gives more information about nouns. Then we have adverbs, which gives again more information about verbs. Then we have pronouns, which replaces nouns. Okay. Then conjunctions, which are used for joining sentences. Then we have prepositions, okay, which gives more information about place and time. Then interjections, which describes a sound. And lastly, we have the ninth part of speech, okay, as some scholars include article also as a part of speech, okay. So article means which modifies the noun, okay. We'll discuss in the next slide. So here you can see, first one we have is noun, okay. Now what is noun? A noun is a word or a phrase that represents a person or a place, a thing or activity or any quality or idea. Now examples of nouns are, you can see here, the teacher spoke to the children. So the word teacher is what? Is a noun, okay. Who spoke? The teacher spoke. Okay, then we have Janvi. Second example, you can see Janvi is good at maths but weak at history. So here the word Janvi, maths and history are called as noun. Alright. Then next one is article. Now what is article? An article is a word which is used before a noun to modify the noun. So you can see, as you have already learned, I guess, in your English classes, the is called as the definite article and a and an are called as the infinite article. So examples, you can see an umbrella, the boy, the school, a mouse, an apple, an hour. So all these comes under article. Alright. So the third part of speech is what? Verb. Now a verb is what? Is a word, or you can say a group of words that describes an action, an experience or a state of being. Now see the example, Naisa loves to swim. So the word love and swim are called as what? Verb. Okay. Then next one we have pronoun. Now what is pronoun? A pronoun is used instead of a noun or a noun phrase in a sentence. A pronoun may take place of the name of a person, place or a thing. Now example, you can see Ani. Ani is a wonderful girl. So she helps her friends in clearing concepts. So here the word she is replacing who? Ani. So the word she is what? Is a pronoun. It is replacing the noun Ani. Alright. Next we have adjective. Now an adjective what? It describes a noun or a pronoun. For example, they have a big garden. My friend has a brown dog. Now here the word big and brown are what? Adjective. It is describing the noun or a pronoun. Alright. Next one we have is adverb. An adverb describes a verb, an adjective, okay, another adverb or a whole sentence. Example, you can see here, she carefully preserved all her trophies. So how she preserved her trophies? See, carefully. So the word carefully is an adverb. Alright. So next we have is conjunction. A conjunction connects words, phrases or clauses in a sentence. So a conjunction is what? It is a word which connects words, phrases or clauses in a particular sentence. Example, you can see, I want to get home before it rains. So the word before is connecting one sentence with another. Okay, so the word before is known as, therefore is known as a conjunction. Next one we have is preposition. A preposition is used before a noun, pronoun or a gerund to show place, time, direction in a sentence. We can see example, I always wear these shoes with this dress. So is used before a noun. So it is used before a noun to describe that I always wear these shoes with this dress. So the word with is a preposition. Then lastly we have interjection. Now interjection is a word or a phrase used to express a strong feeling or an emotion. For example, bravo, yahoo, wow. Okay, so all these words, okay, which describes a sound is known as an interjection. You can see from the example, bravo Raina, sorry, the spelling of mistake over here, it is Raina. So bravo Raina, you are right. Okay, so the word bravo is what? Is an interjection. Alright, so let us summarize what we have done today. So first one we have described is about noun, so which represents things, people, places and abstract things. Man, woman, cows, house, playground, idea, job, all these are referred to as noun. Okay, will come under noun. Then next one is pronoun instead of a noun, which is used instead of a noun, that is I, he, they, mine, his, their, himself, themselves, all these will come under pronoun. Adjective which describes a noun, pretty, happy, good, bad, long, short, all this will come under adjective. Then we have verb. Okay, play, verb means which describes an action. So play, see, take, make, do, could, swim, did, all these will come under verb. Then next one we have is adverb, so which describes verbs, very well, badly, slowly, quietly, fast, long, so all this describes a verb, so that comes under adverbs. Preposition again which connects sentences, and, because, okay, but, does, while, when, all this comes under preposition. Then next is conjunction which shows relationship, in, at, out, okay, off, then forward, outside, over, all this comes under conjunction. And lastly we have the interjection, whoops, ah, boo, wow, piss, wow. Okay, so all these are sounds which describes a sound, and all this falls under interjection. Okay, so today only up to here. Please go through the video once again, and after the video I will be sharing you some assignment which you are going to complete and show me, and at the same time keep learning. Have a nice day. Thank you.